An ancient text, allegedly tracing back thousands of years to ancient Egypt, states that nothing rests, everything moves, and everything vibrates. That principle isn't a metaphor for life. It's a literal description of physics your own body is performing right now. You are going to learn how your dominant emotional state is a measurable electromagnetic field, broadcasting a specific frequency into the space around you. And the signal you are transmitting at this very moment is the silent architect of the reality you will experience tomorrow. For centuries, this idea from the Hermetic texts was dismissed as mysticism. A poetic way of looking at the world, the principle holds that the differences between matter, energy, mind, and even spirit are simply differences in vibration. A rock is a low vibration. A thought is a high vibration. It was a fascinating concept, but it lived in the world of philosophy. It had no proof. But then, instruments were built that could see what the human eye could not, and what they saw changed our understanding of reality itself. We now know that the solid objects you see around you are an illusion. Your desk, your chair, the floor beneath your feet, they feel solid. But at the atomic level, they are almost entirely empty space. The atoms that make up that solid object are vibrating at incredible speeds. The feeling of solidity is just the repulsive force between their electron shells. Imagine a swarm of 1 billion bees moving so fast they appear to be a solid wall. That's your desk. That's the physical world. Everything is a dance of energy. Everything is in motion. But that's just passive, inert matter. How does this apply to a living, breathing person? The answer is found in the most powerful electrical generator in your body. It's your heart. The brain generates an electrical field, which we can measure with an electroencephalogram, or EEG. But the heart's electromagnetic field is up to 5,000 times stronger than the brain's. It is so powerful, it can be measured several feet away from the body with sensitive magnetometers. It's the strongest rhythmic bioelectric signal the body produces. Every time your doctor performs an EKG, they are measuring this field. They are reading the vibration of your heart from a distance. So we have a principle of universal vibration and a biological organ that acts as a powerful electromagnetic broadcaster. But what determines the quality of that broadcast? What changes the frequency of the signal you are sending out? The answer is emotion. Researchers at the HeartMath Institute have spent decades studying this. They found that different emotional states create measurably different patterns in the heart's rhythms. When you feel emotions like appreciation, care, or gratitude, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and orderly. A coherent wave pattern. When you experience stress, anxiety, or anger, the heart's rhythm becomes erratic, disordered, and incoherent. These two patterns are profoundly different. They're as different as a clear radio signal and a wall of static. And here is the key. These heart rhythm patterns are not just internal feelings. They are encoded as frequencies, broadcast into the world through the heart's powerful electromagnetic field. Your emotional state becomes literal, physical information carried on a carrier wave. You are a biological radio tower, and your emotion is the song you are playing. But does this field actually do anything outside your own body? The evidence suggests it interacts with the world in a way that sounds like science fiction. It's based on a principle in physics called entrainment. First observed in the 17th century, entrainment is the tendency for two oscillating bodies to lock into phase so that they vibrate in harmony. The classic example is pendulum clocks. If you place several on the same wall, they will eventually swing in perfect unison. The most powerful, stable rhythm will pull the others into sync with it. This happens with sound waves, light waves, and electromagnetic waves. This is what's happening when you walk into a room and get a good vibe or a bad vibe from someone without them saying a word. Your nervous system is detecting and decoding the electromagnetic information they're broadcasting from their heart. A coherent field from a calm-centered person can have a calming effect on those around them. Their more powerful, stable frequency influences yours. Studies have even shown measurable heart-to-heart and heart-to-brain synchronization between people who are in close proximity and have a positive interaction. But this effect is not just between people. The theory suggests your personal biofield is constantly interacting with the larger quantum field around you. This is where ancient wisdom and modern physics begin to describe the same phenomenon using different languages. The Hermetic texts would say like attracts like. A physicist might describe it as resonant coupling. When two tuning forks are tuned to the same frequency, striking one will cause the other to vibrate even across a room. They are in resonance. Your emotional broadcast, your dominant frequency, is like a tuning fork. It creates resonance with circumstances, events, and people that vibrate at a similar frequency. Think of your dominant emotional state as your personal radio station. If you are consistently broadcasting a frequency of frustration and lack, you can't pick up the station that's playing the song of abundance and opportunity. The receiver is tuned to the wrong station. It's not a punishment. It's physics. You are not just a passive observer of the universe. You are an active participant contributing a signal to the whole. Your dominant emotional frequency becomes your point of attraction. This is the mechanism behind intuition, the feeling of being in the flow, or the nagging sense that something is off. Your body's electromagnetic sense is picking up information from the field that your five senses miss entirely. It's reading the vibration. The challenge is that most people's broadcasts are accidental. They are a reaction to external events. Bad news creates a low-frequency broadcast, which then resonates with more bad news. It's a feedback loop. Consciously choosing your emotional state, regardless of external circumstances, is the act of deliberately changing the signal you send out. It's moving from being a passive receiver to a conscious broadcaster. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about deciding that your internal state will be the cause, not the effect. Practices like gratitude, meditation, or simply holding a feeling of appreciation in your heart for a few minutes can measurably shift your heart rhythms into a state of coherence. This changes your electromagnetic broadcast from chaotic to orderly, from static to a clear signal. You are actively tuning your instrument, you are changing the frequency. And when you change the frequency, you begin to resonate with a completely different set of possibilities that were always there, waiting for a receiver to tune in. The universe isn't judging you, it's matching you. It mirrors the frequency you consistently hold. The most ancient spiritual traditions and the leading edge of biophysics are converging on this one profound point. The feeling inside your body is the language that speaks to the field that generates your reality. The question is, what have you been telling it?